What's up, guys? Good morning. All right, so we've actually got a decent amount of small gappers this morning. None of them are really too huge, but we got a decent amount of small ones this morning. Give me 1 second. I will start reviewing some of them. All right. Good morning, Marty. What's up, guys? There we go. Morning unknowns. Okay, so I'm watching AKAO. You can see this one's a pretty big mover in the last few minutes. Just recently started pushing up in pre-market. Closed at 1309. It's at 1425 now with the high right at this 1450 level. So that's definitely a point I'm going to be watching with it. Watching VLRX had a nice little volume spike here and started to push up some, sitting at 190. Not the biggest range, but going to watch it as well. PSTI is gapping up some from 124 to 146. JMEI at 284 reached a high of 299, closed at 257, so a significant, pretty big gap up. An overextended one is STDY, sorry. I don't know if I'll be able to trade this one. A lot of times the low volume ones like this are not tradable, but I'm going to watch STDY as well. CYRN. Gapping up from 297 to 310. We'll see what happens with it. NSPR gapping up from 108 to 117. Keeping an eye on it. FDC gapping up from 1528 to 17. Maybe look at this one for a short if I can trade it. Then we have went over VLRX, GNPX maybe, not my favorite one. But going to keep an eye on it, as well as CRK. Both of them are kind of moving a little bit. So we'll watch these two. And yeah, that's my watch list for today. Appreciate it, Raphael. Welcome, man. What's up, Johnny Bash? What's up, guys? All right, so let's see which ones of these are actually tradable this morning. I'm hoping I'll be able to trade some of these on Ustock. Not super confident, but I can hope. So let's see. Alright, so AKAO is tradable. VLRX is not. PSTI is not. JMEI is. CYRN is not. STDY is not. NSPR is not. GNPX is. FDC is. So yeah, kind of not too many of them that are actually tradable today on TradeNet. But I could still try to get in some of these on Robinhood, and that's probably what I'll look to do. So yeah, about 3 out of 10 are not tradable. We got a decent amount moving though, so I'll still have a lot to watch. Let me know if you guys see anything else. I'll go ahead and add my watch list to the chat. This is what I'm watching so far this morning. Like I said, let me know if you guys see anything else that's moving. Make sure I have some day trades left on Robinhood. So yeah, Friday's all-day stream went okay. I took 2 losses at the beginning of the day. I don't know if anybody caught it. But yeah, I took 2 losses at the beginning of the day on Robinhood. And after those 2 losses, I had either five or six profitable trades in a row. And so I don't remember exactly which one it was. What's up, Power Zone? What's up, man? But yeah, so Friday went okay. I had 2 initial losses at the beginning of the day. I was down a pretty big amount, like over $20 within the first 10 minutes of the market open on Friday on stream. And after that, I kind of started to focus a little bit more and had 5 profitable trades in a row. And so even though it was still a losing day after commissions, I'm definitely proud of having those 5 profitable trades in a row. And hopefully I can kind of use that to have a little bit better success today. What's up, Coolio? Yeah, everybody seemed to like that Amazon business video I made. A lot of people commenting and watching that, so seems like everybody was interested in that, my Amazon business. I may do a few more videos on that stuff in the future. But yeah, we'll see what AKAO can do here. Watching FDC as well. Maybe look to short this one. Good morning, Tiny. All right, so I'm hoping AKAO doesn't pull back anymore. AKAO, if it pulls back more, I'm not going to like it as much. Really, preferably, I'd hope for it to push back over 14. But let's look up to see why some of these stocks are moving. Let's look at the catalysts for today. All right, so the first one I'm looking at is AKAO. It's probably the most recent gapper like this. It doesn't really have any news out. It had some out on the 26th. So that would have been Thursday or Friday. And Acogen wins CarbX funding award to advance the development of novel, whatever that is, to fight highly resistant infections. So good news on Thursday or Friday for AKAO, but not really any catalyst this morning. Let's see how it moved when it got that news. Nothing really to talk about. Weird. Alright, so let's look at FDC. Moving on. Now, it does have a bunch of stuff out for it today. It sounds like it's earnings, first data reports, first quarter 2018 financial results, and raises financial guidelines for full year. Total segment revenue of 280 million. That's weird. I don't know why they stated it like that. 2.8 million, I guess. Up 11%. Reported, up 10% on a comparable accounting basis, up 5% on an organic constant currency basis. Consolidated revenue of 2,282 million. Again, I don't know why they're stating it like that. That's weird. Impacted by the adoption of ASC 606. Net income attributable to first place diluted EPS of 11 cents, up 175%. Adjusted diluted EPS of 29 cents, up 6%. So everything's up with FDC, and I think that's why it's ultimately moving. So good news for FDC. Next, we're going to look at PSTI here. And FDA clears Pluristem's IND to treat victims exposed to acute radiation. A leading developer of placenta-based cell therapy products announced today that the U.S. Food and Drug Administration has cleared the company's investigational new drug (IND) application for its PLX R18 cell therapy in the treatment of acute radiation syndrome. The IND allows Pluristum to treat victims who may have been acutely exposed to high-dose radiation due to nuclear attack or accident. With this IND in place, Pluristum will now start the necessary preparations in order to keep an emergency stock of PLX R18 on hand for use in such events. The U.S. National Institutes of Health's National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases sponsored and completed a successful Phase 2 equivalent study of PLX R18 in the treatment of ARS via FDA's animal rule pathway. So pretty good news for PSTI. Similar to a Phase 2 study, positive results. So we'll see what happens with it. I'll have to trade it on Robinhood or something like that if I can, because I don't think I could trade it on Ustock or on TradeNet. The next one I'm looking at is JMEI here. Alright, so JMEI announces share repurchase plan. JMEI International Holdings Limited, China's leading online retailer of beauty products, today announced that its board of directors has authorized a share repurchase plan under which the company may repurchase up to 100 million of its shares over the next 12 months. The share repurchases may be made from time to time on the open market at prevailing market prices, in privately negotiated transactions, in block trades, and or through other legally permissible means. So that's why JMEI is up. Let's see if it says anything else. Alright, JMEI files 2017 annual report on Form 20F. JMEI International Holdings, China's leading online retailer of beauty products, today announced that it filed its annual report on Form 20F for the fiscal year ending in December 31st, 2017 with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. The annual report on Form 20F, which contains the company's audited consolidated financial statements, can be accessed on the SEC's website. And so I'm assuming it had good results, and that's why it's gapping up with that as well. Interesting with JMEI. Next one I'm looking at is CYRN. Gapping up a very, very small amount, not a huge amount by any means. We'll see if it can move some more. CYRN announces enhanced security through Microsoft Office 2016 365 integration. CYRN today announced that it is working with Microsoft to improve detection for phishing, zero-day attacks, and advanced malware in Microsoft Office 365. So that's why CYRN is up. Next is STDY. Gapping up, but has very, very low volume. Alright, it says United Therapeutics to acquire SteadyMed Ltd. Alright, so it's an acquisition. That makes sense. That's why it's not moving much at all. Let's see if I can find the price. $4.46 per share. Alright, so it probably won't move much aside from being right. Actually, right here. It's probably not going to move too much, but we'll keep an eye on it anyway. The next one is NSPR. This one gapped up and then filled the gap all the way back down in pre-market. So let's look to see what's going on with NSPR. Alright, so Inspire MD announces regulatory approval and reimbursement to commercialize both Seaguard EPS and MGuard Prime products in Vietnam. NSPR, a leader in embolic prevention systems, EPS, thrombus management technologies, and neurovascular devices, today announced it has received regulatory approval and has initiated commercialization of its Seaguard embolic prevention system, EPS, and MGuard Prime. Both of these devices utilize the company's patented micronet technology, and so that's good news for NSPR. I'm not sure why it kind of filled the gap going down. We'll see if it can pop up a little bit more. It's at 119 now with a high of pre-market at 135. So we'll see what happens with it. VLRX is the next one I'm watching. And you can see it kind of did the same thing. Went all the way up to 220, back down to 188. So it's up only 10 cents from where it closed. I know this one had a really big day a few days ago. VLRX's presented new data demonstrating use of Vigo wearable insulin delivery device results in more patients with type 2 diabetes achieving blood glucose targets. And so that's good news for VLRX. You know, maybe a little bit of a puff piece. We'll see, you know. And that's it. That's everything on my watch list so far, except for GNPX. But I think that one's just a continuation on Friday. So we'll see what happens with those. Hopefully we get some decent movers. Good morning, Tiny. Marty, what's my take on the T-Mobile and Sprint deal? Honestly, I read about it on Friday. It was either Thursday or Friday. Sprint gapping down significantly. To be honest, I don't know too much about it. We'll see. Wanted to short this one the other day, but didn't end up getting into it. Now it's gapping down under where it was, so I'll have to research it some. Does anybody know the ticker for T-Mobile? VIX. Yeah, VIX is an ETF, and so let's see what the SPY's doing. So it looks like it kind of does the opposite of what the SPY does. Let's see. Yeah, very similar. So the VIX and the TVIX are going to do the opposite of what the SPY does. So you can see TVIX and the VIX did almost exactly the same thing on Friday. So it all just depends on what the SPY does. If the SPY starts to push up, the VIX and the TVIX are most likely going to push down. Good morning, D. Evan. ATOS pushing back up. TMUS is T-Mobile. Yeah, there it is. It's gapping down as well. Interesting. ATOS. Yeah, ATOS is gapping up some. What's up, Salty? A Fit on my watch list? No. I haven't looked at it this morning. Is it moving? I'm always going to miss a few. Oh, wow. Look at Fit. Nice. Appreciate it, Salt. Thanks, man. I would have completely missed this one, I think. So yeah, now my main watches are JMEI. These are my 4 main watches. Keeping an eye on a few other ones. Got some movers in the market for sure this morning. X Factor, TMUS is T-Mobile. All right, so let's see if I can find anything else. But we definitely have a lot of movers this morning, so I'm going to keep an eye. I'll probably look at FDC for an overextended short, see if I can short it on the way down. It's just up a lot already. Kind of gives you a good opportunity. Fit, I'm going to watch this one as well. It's just moving a lot, so kind of gives you an opportunity. Let's see why Fit's moving. I know I haven't looked up Fit yet. Let me see. Alright, so Fit is up because Fitbit and Google announced collaboration to accelerate innovation in digital health and wearables. So it's collabing with Google apparently, and that's why Fit is ultimately up. Let's see what the float is like on FIT. That's kind of what makes me kind of wonder about it. Looking up the float for Fitbit. Alright, so the float on Fitbit is $196.22 million. So I wouldn't say it's a huge float, but it's not a small float either. But it still has the potential to move just because it's not a huge float. So we'll keep an eye on it as well. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and mark some of these other ones that I didn't kind of put on my list. Fit. VLRX. Just marking some of these that aren't on my list. But yeah, we've got a few decent gappers today. We'll see if everything can kind of follow through. See how the SPY acts this morning, more importantly. Yeah, my website, the one I'm looking at, which is marketwatch.com, says the public float is 196.22 million. So I don't know, there might be some discrepancies in the float size with some of these, I don't know. But regardless, it's anywhere from 150 to 200 million. So like I said, it's not a huge float, it's not in the billions like some of these other ones, but it is larger for sure. What's up, Swarm? Hey, man, thanks for that $5 donation, Swarm, on Friday, man. I really appreciate it, bro. VLRX. Yeah, VLRX is on my watch list. Here, I can go ahead and repost my watch list just so you can see it. But VLRX is on there. But yeah, I posted that Amazon. I made a video about my Amazon business. People seem really interested in it. So do y'all want me to post more videos on that? Because I can make a lot of videos on it if you guys want. So let me know. But people seemed interested in it. You can see GNPX is starting to push here as well. This was a big mover from Friday. It's breaking the highs up to $18. Big mover from Thursday, I should say. Look how much this thing moved on Thursday. It's so extended now, though. I'm more short biased with it. We'll see, though. It's just such a crazy mover here. It's starting to get a little bit of legs here and starting to run. It's at $18 even right now. What's up, Sean? Yeah, John Carlo. I'm watching ATOS as well. Somebody mentioned ATOS as well. AYTU. Gapping down some. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it. But GNPX up to 1805. Alright, so I'm watching AKAO here. We've got a lot of decent runners today. A lot of big gappers. So we'll see what happens. Watching JMEI maybe for a short. FDC looking for a short as well. We'll give it some time. GNPX up to 1823 now, so big move. What's up, outsiders? What's up, Sean? Alright, so we've got about 15 minutes until the open. I'll see if I can find anything else that's moving. Yeah, a few people are talking about ATOS. At 377 now, gapping up some. PBI gapping up some. CHEK, this was a big runner from last week. It's gapping down some. I don't know what kind of bias I have towards this one. It was up already almost to $20, but it's already back down to $8.60. It had a nice little spike on Friday though. DGAZ, which I believe is an ETF, is moving up. See what the SPY's doing. SPY's gapping up in pre-market this morning. Kind of a break-even day on Friday. Watching VLRX as well. FIT. I know I'm forgetting about something here. I'm trying to remember what I know I forgot a stock that I gotta think about. Try to figure out what I forgot. Good morning, George. ARNC gapping down some. Alright, so GNPX is sitting right around $18. This is kind of a crucial spot with it because you can see the higher Friday was right there at 18. So we'll see if that previous support or that previous resistance turns into support now. With a lot of these, I know I like to short these overextended stocks. I made a video about it this weekend. From now on, I'm going to try to wait for that previous support to turn into resistance once it breaks under the lows. That's kind of what I want to see from now on. I think it'll be a little bit better confirmation in my trade, and so it's something I should focus on a little bit more that I haven't really been doing lately. So, gonna watch that for sure. CRME maybe. Maybe DARE for a long trade. We'll see. Not tradable, unfortunately. A lot of small gappers. Alright, so yeah, these are my 4 main watches. These are ones I'm probably going to watch the most here. AKAO, FIT, FDC, and JMEI. We got 2 penny stocks and 2 in the teens. This one's at 13.90. This one's at 16.78. So those 2 I'll probably watch the most. Like I said, though, I'm also going to be keeping an eye on the SPY. Friday I had a lot of luck pairs trading the SPY and the TVIX. And so if the SPY would drop, I would go long on the TVIX. And I had a few profitable trades Friday using that method. So maybe I'll watch that this morning. It all depends on how volatile the SPY is. In order for that setup and strategy to really work, the SPY has to be pretty volatile. And it has to be moving a decent amount. And so we'll see if the SPY does today. Obviously, no matter what, I just hope the SPY goes up, as always, just for our market's sake. But we'll see what happens. I'm still not opposed to shorting it if it does drop, so. CRON gapping up some. McDonald's gapping up some as well. VKTX. Alright guys, we got about 8 minutes left. XGTI and TEUM. Yeah, I kind of like both of these, really. Gonna have to look on Robinhood to trade them, really, but neither one of them are tradable on TradeNet. But yeah, I'll keep an eye on those as well. I kind of like those. See if any of them get some legs. Watching TEUM over that 195 level. But yeah, guys, we got 7 minutes left. Good luck, everyone. But yeah, I'll try to make some more videos about my Amazon business. I got a lot of good responses from that, so I'll try to do that. It's a really good business. You know, I know I've talked about it before on stream, but it's a really good business. Easy to get started in for the most part, but it takes a lot of work. Alright, so like I said, these 4 are my main watches: JMEI, FDC, FIT, and AKOA. Those are the ones I'm going to be watching the most, but I'll try to update you guys if I see anything else moving at the open. Going to try to have a little bit more patience today. I know I haven't been having the best patience lately with my trades, and so I just need to take it slow, have a little bit more patience before just jumping into positions. Alright guys, we got 5 minutes left. All right, so like I said, with a lot of these, I'm looking to short them if they're overextended. We'll give them a little bit of time here. Also, kind of watching ARNC. It's having a lot of movement in pre-market, so keep an eye on ARNC as well. You can see this is ARNC. Maybe watching it under 20 here. AQMS. What's up, Mitch? Good morning, man. Yeah, AQMS, I kind of like it for a long. Alright, guys, we got about 3.5 minutes. Good luck, all. Hopefully, we can all make some money. I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab some water really quick. Alright, so I'm back. We got less than 3 minutes, about 2 minutes left until the open. Try to give everything a little bit of time here. Hope everyone has a green day today. Gonna get Robinhood ready. Watching AQMS maybe for a long. Alright guys, we got about a minute left, a little bit over a minute, so good luck everyone. FDC starting to push up before the open. AKAO sitting right around that $14 level. Less than a minute, guys. Good luck. AKAO at 1406. $30 seconds. Morning, MV. What's up, man? Good morning. Alright, guys. Market's opening up in about 15 seconds. Remember, I got to try to stay patient today. Have patience with my setups. Use the appropriate share size. Try to work with it. Want to see support turn into resistance. Market's opening up right now, guys, so good luck. There's the bell. Alright, so AKAO having an initial spike here at the open, going up to that 1450 level. Pretty big spike here. GNPX pulling back some. FIT having a small little drop here. I assume JMEI would have moved a little bit more. AKAO down to 1415. FDC trying to hold over 17. SPY's pushing up some initially at the open this morning. FIT pushing up a small amount. All right, AKAO pushed up to 1450, couldn't make it. Down testing 14 now. Dropped under it. So let's see if that previous support turns into resistance at 14. FIT trying to push here. SPY's dropping some. SPY's bouncing off the low of the day there. This 1375 level is kind of a big level I'm watching for AKAO. SPY starting to push some. Alright, so AKAO looks like it would have been a good short. I mean, I'm still not too upset. I want to see some confirmation in my trade first before I just blindly jump in. But I was definitely watching it over this 1375 level. We'll see if that turns into resistance now. FIT trying to push up. The SPY starting to push up some. ATOS. Yeah, ATOS is starting to push some. ARNC breaking under the lows. GNPX breaking over the highs. All right, so JMEI has been pushing up some. And the SPY is starting to push up strong. We'll see how AKAO acts at 1350. FDC's running up pretty strong here. It's up to 1750 now. And I was short biased on a lot of these, so I guess the market pushing up is making some of these push up as well. Alright, so watching AKAO here, I want to see if this previous support at 1350 turns into resistance. You can see FIT is starting to push up, moving a little slow here though. Watching AKAO under 1350. Also watching JMEI under 285. It's at 290 now. SPY's pulling back. Yeah, I can trade GNPX. Mitch. Yeah, I kind of like this at 1740 or 1750 maybe for a short. Watching JMEI here for a short. Maybe jumping with 200 shares this time. Breaking under the lows. I want to see that low turn into resistance now at 285. SPY bouncing all the way back up here. Breaking the highs of the day. GNPX. Broke the low of the day here. Maybe a good short. This one's just so crazy. It has a big spread on it. SPY's acting really choppy. If you could see the SPY, there's a little 1 minute pullback on FIT. Watching JMEI under 280. See if we can come down and fill some of this gap. Watching JMEI under this level here at 280. I preferably want to see it break under 280 and then hold that area as support. Watching AKAO here as well. And then hold this area as resistance, I should say, on JMEI. Yeah, GNPX, I don't know if I'm going to end up getting in this one anyway. It's got a big range on it. Honestly, I'm just not comfortable knowing which type of share size to take on GNPX. Look how choppy the SPY is though right now. Very choppy. Keeps bouncing off that high of the day over and over again. Trying to give JMEI and AKAO a little bit of room here. AKS. Yeah, AKS, if it drops under this low right here. See if it turns into support. I'm worried it may bounce right here though at 464. Doesn't have a big range at all, only moving in 5-cent increments every few minutes, so small range, we'll see. Alright, so here's AKAO. I was kind of watching for this. See if it bounces. This is kind of exactly what I wanted to see. I just missed it. Got a little bit too patient. So like I said, I want to see it hold that previous support as resistance, and it did at 1375 and then broke under 1350. It's a little bit too late though, but that's kind of what I look for. FDC still running strong here. Look at this, up to 1780s now. SPY's making a really big push here, up to 267.80 on the SPY. JMEI never touched 3 Troy. But if you got in around the top, good trade, man. There goes AKS's break over those highs, or break under those lows. Good call. Look at that drop. Nice drop. All right, watching JMEI here. Yeah, I saw this one coming. Unfortunately, with AKAO, I missed my entry. But nice call on AKS. Raphael, good call, man. I was a little worried it would bounce off of this low here, but it just went right through it. Still dropping on AKS. What's up, Gabriel? Awesome, man. All right, watching ARNC here, maybe for a short. It's down a lot already, though, but watching it regardless. Under this low of 1917, really preferably under 19, maybe. Yeah, I missed it too, Raphael. Don't worry about it, man. I'd rather have too much patience than not enough, you know? All right, so AKAO bouncing up, testing that 1350 level. All right, here goes JMEI. This is kind of what I was looking for. If it drops under here, I might short it. Look for it to fill some of that gap on the downside. Sitting right around 280 now, watching JMEI close. Like I said, if it drops under here, this is kind of what I'm really looking for. PSTI may be a good washout long here. It's not tradable. All right, there goes the drop. All right, so I'm in JMEI with 200 shares. Hopefully that previous support turns into resistance right there at 280 for JMEI. All right, so JMEI dropping down some. We'll see if he can give me a little bit more. There's a bounce back down to 275. RSI spiking. Yeah, I's just acting crazy. It's been acting crazy for the last few days. I'm watching PSTI here. It's right around the high pre-market. You can see right around that 147 level. All right, so AKAO is pushing back up, testing that previous high. And PSTI is getting rejected where that pre-market high was at 147. What's up, insurance? All right, so AKS trying to drop under that previous low. That 450 levels right there, so it may bounce off of there. Let's watch to see if it does. ARNC trying to get back under the lows here. Sitting right around there now. Yeah, JMI making another little bounce here. ARNC right around the low of the day here. Trying to get under 19 is what I'm looking for. It's at 1906 now. Made a little bounce here. AKS sitting at 450. VKTX breaking down. Yeah, I want to see some more volume with VKTX. Just low volume right now. AKS sitting right at 450. Nice. There's the drop. We'll see if we can get under this low here. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and get out here for an $8 gain on JMEI. Small gain. I guess I could have held it a little bit longer, but that's kind of what I made a video about this weekend. When it bounces under those lows, I want to see that previous high turn into resistance, or that previous low turn into resistance where that support used to be. And so that's kind of exactly what I saw. Very small scalp, but I'll take it. ARNC trying to break under the lows now. What's up, insurance? Yeah, you could just call me the bookmaster, man. Alright, so yeah, AKS bouncing off of that low like I thought it might. Alright, VKTX starting to drop like some people thought it might. Alright, so there goes ARNC breaking on the lows again. Yeah, VKTX. Yeah, watching it crack under these lows now. Nice, Dane. Good job, man. Yeah, no worries, bro. Yeah, I might have gotten out of it a little bit too early, but I don't mind taking my profits. Yeah, I actually made a video about this weekend, and this is one of the biggest things that I needed to wait for. So when a stock breaks under the lows, I want to see it. I want to see that previous support turn into resistance. And this is kind of technical analysis 101, but it's something I kind of strayed away from. And so you can see when it broke under this 280 low and tried to push back up, that previous support at 280 turned into resistance. So when it tried to push back over it, it got rejected, broke the lows again, and continued down. And so that's something I got to look for with my short setups. And it's something I kind of strayed away from and hadn't been paying as much attention to. Yeah, ARNC. Kind of watching for the same thing now with ARNC though. I want to see this previous support right here at 1919. I want to see that turn into resistance. So looking for it to get it rejected at this 1920 level and see if it continues back down. FDC Troy. Yeah, like I said, I probably got out of JMEI a little bit too early. I mean, I took a move on it, made a little bit of money with it, but got out a little bit early. Yeah, FDC, kind of keeping an eye on it, see how it reacts right here at this 1760 level. And here's kind of the crucial point with ARNC. Like I said, it broke under this low right here at 1920. I want to see that previous low turn into resistance now. So where that support used to be, I want to see resistance. So kind of the crucial level with it. What's up, Kareem? Yeah, basically, Lubsy. Labisi, basically, that's it, man. I just call it, really, I just name shorting overextended stocks. And JMEI was kind of a perfect example of what I look for. Gapped up over 10%, so a big gap up. It doesn't work as well with small gap ups, but it gapped up over 10%. I want to see it form a low. In this case, the low is at 285, and I want to see it break under the low, and I want to see that previous low turn into resistance. So you can see the previous low here was 285. When it tried to push over 285 here, it got rejected, broke the lows again at 280, broke under it, tried to push back over that previous low, and it turned into resistance again, and it continued downward. I just call it shorting overextended stocks. Shorting overextended gaps is really what I usually call it, but it's my favorite setup by far. Really, it's what I've kind of had the most success with. I got to tweak my methods a little bit to have a little bit more patience with it, but it's one of my most reliable setups, I would say. RSLS. Yeah, it's starting to wash. We'll see if it pushes up some. I know I can't short it, unfortunately, but we'll see if it can push back up maybe. What's up, Matt? Okay. So Mitch says the technical term is called closing the shadow. You're right, that makes sense. Long EBIO. Yeah, like one thing I've noticed, and this is kind of what brought me to that setup, is that, the big gappers like JMEI usually crash. Like the really big gappers. What was another one? I know FDC was a big gapper, but it started running. What's another one? Regardless, what I've noticed is that a lot of times the big gappers will usually fail. And the small gappers like EBIO are the ones that usually run the most. And so I have a trade idea scanner. What I usually do is set up a small gap scan for my long setups. So with my long setups, I look for very small gaps in the market because the big gaps usually fail, like JMEI. iFund, Randy. It needs more volume. Let's look at the daily. Yeah, I mean, I could see it. If it bounces off of 4 and holds over 4, it's down a decent amount on the daily. Might be time for a rebound. But if it can't break over this 450 level and breaks back under 4, you know, I like it more for a short. Right, exactly. Exactly, MV. A lot of shorts get trapped. One of the biggest reasons I think it happens is that people that buy it in after hours and try to ride the gap up, they don't want to sell in pre-market because the spread's going to be kind of, you know, pretty rough. It's going to be a pretty rough spread. And so a lot of times they wait for the open to sell it. And a lot of times they'll wait for a small push and sell it into a push like this. And so, you know, everybody that held this thing overnight riding the big gap up, they're going to start covering and taking profits at the open. And so what happens when people sell and take profits? The stock's going to drop some. Other people see the weakness in the stock dropping and they get in short, and you know, it kind of traps them and starts pushing back down. And so that's kind of my theory on it. Makes sense. I think it's plausible, you know. Yeah, no worry. Welcome. No worry, man. All right, so the SPYs has been pretty choppy today. If you take a look at the SPY here, yeah, but this should have been my entry here, though, right here at this 283 level. I mean, I got in at 280, so I guess it wasn't too bad. But the SPY is really choppy. It's up technically on the day, but very, very choppy. Yeah, ARNC couldn't hold under this previous low right here at 1920, so it's starting to head back up. We'll see how it acts to this $half area at 1950. Right. Yeah, high float. ATOS was moving fast. Yeah, it looks like a small gap, but it's actually it was actually a pretty big gap. It was gapping from 338, 335 all the way to 4. So that's a pretty big gap, over 10%. With the TVIX and the SPY, Salty. So with the TVIX, what I basically do, like if you watch Friday's stream, I was basically getting in the counter position on the TVIX with the SPY. So whatever the SPY does, the TVIX usually does the opposite. And so, at least for me, in my opinion, you have to base your trades on the TVIX off of the SPY. So if you think the SPY is going to drop, you know, that's kind of the time to go long in the TVIX. And if you think the SPY is going to push up, you know, that's kind of where I would go short in the TVIX, you know. So it's all depending on what the SPY does with the TVIX. So like if you look at the SPY and the TVIX looks like the upside down SPY, you know. I'm doing the exact same thing as the SPY, just upside down. FLEK starting to push maybe. FLEX has been pretty strong all morning. It's up from about 13, it's up to 1370 now, but it's been pretty strong. Alright, so the SPY is pushing and the TVIX is dropping, I'm assuming. Yep. So the TVIX is right around the lows here. We'll see if the SPY can push up some more, see if it can break that low on the TVIX. ARNC back under that 1950 level. This one's kind of interesting to watch, especially if it drops and breaks under the lows here on ARNC. Yeah, I mean, just in my opinion, I always got to say I'm not an investment professional. I'm not liable for any losses you take. You have to make your own assessment of the market. I don't know if I think the SPY is going to push up. I think the SPY may start to come down here. And with that, maybe the TVIX will start to push up. But we'll see. You know, it's kind of always a gamble with the SPY TVIX. I just look for very obvious setups where everybody else is jumping in at the highs and lows and try to trade the TVIX based off of those. EBIO's back up. FIT has been kind of slowly grinding up here. It's breaking the high of the day now. Kind of a little channel forming here. You see the little channel in FIT. Let's see if it gets rejected here, follows the channel. Alright, so JMEI is trying to break under the lows here. It's at 272. The low is at about 270. And the SPY is pushing up, so the TVIX might break the low of the day here as well. We'll see if the SPY continues to act choppy, see if it gets rejected at the high of the day for the SPY. We'll see though, it's bouncing nicely here. So JMEI is at 271 now. Low of the day is at 270. Keeping an eye on it here. GNPX has been right around the low of the day here. We'll see if it falls. This one's up a ton in the last few days. It's up from 608. And so this is kind of one of those stocks that I'd just like to short once it has its first red day. ECYT. Kind of slowly grinding up here. Low volume, but it's moving. Appreciate it, Tiny. I'll see you tomorrow. Right, MR. I agree. Yeah, that's a good idea, Randy. Yeah, I mean, I always end up putting it in the description of the videos, but that's a good idea. Yeah, you always got to say it for liability reasons, you know. Like, trading's a very emotional thing, and so when people lose money, you know, it's kind of human nature to look for somebody to blame. Where it's like, I'm a new trader, you know. I'm not an investment professional or anything like that. I'm not brand new. I've been trading for 9 months regularly, but I'm still pretty new. Um, and so I think trading just, it makes people really emotional, makes them want to blame somebody if they lose money, and I think I'm just an easy target for that. Alright, so the SPY is still testing the high of the day here. It doesn't look like the TVIX wants to break the lows, but if the SPY breaks the high, TVIX might be forced to. Yeah, it's amazing though. The day of the week definitely matters. You know, like I have the best success on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays. You know, Wednesdays are a very sketchy day for me. Thursdays aren't great either. So Monday, Tuesday, and Fridays are kind of the best days I have. Really interesting to think about it. All right, so the SPY is sitting right around the high of the day. We'll see if it'll break. PIRS. Man, look at PIRS. I missed this one too, man. I think it's tradable in trading. I think I've traded this one before. No, it's not. Weird. Yeah, I could probably see it bouncing off of 575. You can see this little channel I've drawn. It's been following it for the most part. I drew this channel before it bounced off it right here. And so it's still following that channel for the most part. When it breaks on either side, it may be kind of a good opportunity. So I'm going to watch that. So SPY couldn't get over the high of the day. Like I said, the SPY's been really choppy today. Alright, so there's the drop in the SPY. TVIX bouncing some. NSPR starting to rebound here. Nice little washout long setup there. FTR. NSBR starting to bounce. You can see it's up to 125. It had no volume at the open this morning, but now it's starting to pick some up. Also looking at PSTI, I really kind of wish I could short it just for an overextended play. It's sitting right around the lows here at 138, so kind of wish I could short it. Really, preferably, I'd look for it to drop under that and then hold that previous low as support or as resistance. Previous support as resistance. Big spike on NSPR, guys. CHEK getting a massive spike as well. Look at the spike here on CHEK. Up to 1022 now. I believe it may be halted. Yeah, CHEK is halted, I think. Let me see. Yeah, I believe it's halted. I can't tell though. Yeah, it's for sure halted. So CHEK halted. Looks like a circuit breaker halt. Big move here. NSPR, big move. FIT still kind of following that little channel I drew. I think so, Randy. I mean, it's halted again. ARNC. Yeah, I mean, this one's down so much already. It may start to rebound here. Gonna watch it over. Yeah, that this 1970 level right here. I think NSPR is definitely going to pull back some here as well. Yeah, watching FIT, it's still following that channel I drew pretty closely. We'll see if it bounces here. SPY's starting to fall some. Alright, NSPR up to 133. 132. Trying to make another run at it. Yeah, we'll see what happens when CHEK resumes. I'll see if I can find anything on CHEK. Yeah, nothing's out for CHEK today either. So this thing's just getting toyed with, I think. Alright, so there's the drop on FIT. It's breaking under that little channel here. May have to adjust the channel if it bounces back though. Just one, Kareem. Yeah, today I tried to have a little bit more patience. Patience with both holding setups and getting into setups is something I need to work on. So had a little bit of patience today. Had one winning trade. So I'm going to go ahead and close the stream down now, guys. One winning trade, I'll take it. Very small gain. I'm getting my new TradeNet account this week, and so when I do that, I'll probably end up trying to use a little bit larger sizing on this specific TradeNet account and just kind of go for it, see what happens. Also, maybe take some swing trades on the short side on this TradeNet account as well once my next account gets opened up. But if you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button on this video, and if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button now. I day trade live on stream every weekday morning starting at 8:45 a.m. market time. There's a free day trading chat with the stream as well, as you can see, and I do it every weekday morning, so make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Not a bad day, one winning trade, I'll take it. Very small gain, but like I said, when my next TradeNet account gets opened up this week, I'm going to start using a little bit larger sizing on this current account and see if I could just kind of go for it and make it work. But yeah, guys, good luck for the rest of the day. I'll see you all tomorrow, hopefully, at 8:45 a.m. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate all the support, and I'll see you guys then. Yeah, hit the like button, guys. Appreciate it. Have a good one.